Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about The Sound of Music. The reason I'm talking about that is because they brought it back to the movie theater for the 60th anniversary and I watched it. It looked incredible on the big screen, I gotta say it. I've seen it once before, it's been a few years, but that was at my TV. Seeing it on the big screen is a whole new experience with the vibrant colors, the beautiful landscapes, and of course the sound of the music, if you will. It's definitely one of the best musicals of all time. I think that's pretty universally acknowledged, and for good reason. It's lots of things to like about it. Yes, it could be a bit cheesy at some points, but honestly, I don't think it is. Like compared to movies like, let's say, Singing in the Rain, I feel like this movie is a bit more grounded in reality, and I think it works in its favor because you get more emotionally invested in the characters. I really like the romance between Captain Van Throp and Maria. I think they have a great chemistry together, a great relationship, and I like how it takes them a while to fall in love. I don't like when it's like they instantly look at each other and oh, that was it. They start off kind of with this snarky relationship and it builds. She makes him a better person. Her brightness and energy calms down this really cold, harsh, militaristic exterior, and I think that's really good character building right there. The movie is also very funny. Like, I think like a lot of the one-liners they say is pretty snippy. I like obviously Julie Andrews is fantastic as Maria. I think it's funny in the beginning of the movie when those nuns are talking shit about her, talking about how she's weird and she sings too much, and then they sing a weird song about it. A little hypocritical of those nuns, gotta be honest. I like the Baroness because at first she's like, you know, fuck, get out of here, bitch. This is my man. But then she realizes she can't really stop his feelings, and she can't change it. So she leaves with dignity. She comes in the movie with dignity. She leaves with dignity. Honestly, respect to the Baroness. I like how you have this cheery story, and in the background, it's the Nazi occupation and alliance with Austria. So you have this very family friendly musical about joy and love, and then you also have the growing evil that was happening in the late 30s. I think that's a really good contrast, um, and I don't know, it just shows how good these people are compared to how bad the Nazis are. I don't know. It just shows the power of music or whatever. I'm not an English teacher. I just thought it was interesting. Is it a little unrealistic how seven children and two people are able to outwit the Nazis? Yes, it is pretty unrealistic, but honestly, it's clever, I guess. They outsmart them through song, and I like how the captain is so anti-Nazi from the beginning. He doesn't really have this realization. He's kind of caught up to them, like, okay, these guys are fucking evil. Um, he's pretty immune to the propaganda that was going on at the time, so I think that's great. Rolf, not so much. He's a little punk. And honestly, I think Lysol could do better. Even though like she's clearly a grown woman playing a 16-year-old. No, I haven't seen any 16-year-olds that look like that. Um, the music is great. Every song in this movie is a banger. Uh, I like a huge fan of the pit show scene, and of course, this movie has one of the greatest opening shots in cinema history. You have the silence of all the hills and the mountains, and it slowly zooms in on your main character as he turns around, and bam, you're like boasted with sound. It's such a good opening to a movie. I never get tired of seeing that opening scene. It's incredible. Fun fact: even though it was filmed in Austria, apparently many Austrian people have never even heard of this movie, which is kind of funny to me because it's such a huge staple in American pop culture. That having one of the most expensive and highest grossing movies of all time be completely unknown by the people who live in that country. I don't know why. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Also, what else is funny is they climb the mountains to escape to Switzerland, but like that won't take you to Switzerland. That just takes you to Germany. But you don't want to be. But maybe they know like a secret portal that takes them there. You know, maybe it's like maybe like it's like the video game portal that just whoop, and then they come out in Switzerland. Maybe that's what happened. I like the ending of the movie where they're like hiding in the church and the captain kind of outsmarts Rolf by showing that he has a little bit of humanity, and he says you'll never be one of them, and that makes him furious, and it backfires. Ooh, I fucking hate that kid. He's so propagandized, man. Christopher Plummer does such a great job in this movie with so many little scenes like that. So like he could show so much in just his eyes and the gentle tone of his voice. Um, he's a great actor. You know, rest in peace. When the nuns like we've sinned, we we fucking vandalized the Nazi cowboats. I think that's funny too. There's so much humor in this movie that hits. You know, I feel like a lot of humor from that time doesn't really age well. It's a little cornballish. It's a little, oh, hey, young soul. You know, I don't know. But I feel like the movie in this, it's a timeless movie. I think it's because it's about history. Obviously, then it was recent history, but it's still history nonetheless. It's a timepiece. I think, honestly, if this movie came out today, it'd still be well loved. Just it's one of those movies that I feel like people are gonna be watching hundreds of years from now and say like, "Wow, that's a good movie." There's really not much I could say about this that hasn't already been said. It's one of the most highest grossing films in cinema history, I think. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of The Sound of Music. Do you think it's overrated or do you think it's a masterpiece? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.